Namaste, beloveds. This is Mother with Wisdom, and this is the second video. The first one went like an hour and 12 minutes, and so, but there's still so much to say, so it is what it is. You just have to take it in segments, I guess. Take as much as you can and come back to it when you need to, or however you need to do it, beloved. For those that need this, it's here for you. I just took a break, and in doing that, I was grounding myself and asking Spirit, am I communicating everything that I needed to? And TIAMAAT, being who she is, she has been, I woke up in a certain way and with certain thoughts being communicated to me. And I'm supposed to be talking about those thoughts. And I've been skirting them, going all the way. I've been addressing them, but not making it transparent as I obviously need to, what I just got a lecture for. So, here we go. She gave it to me like this. You wanted to know why Moses never made it into the promised land, right? Yeah, I always wanted to know that. Why? Moses is not the figure that your religion has painted him to be. Moses hated himself. He hated his identity as a Hebrew. Throughout all of those miracles and everything else, Moses said, I can't speak good enough. I stutter. Mama said, here go Aaron. That's your brother. He'll help you. Go ahead. Well, I don't know these people, and I don't know their customs, and I don't know their ways, and I don't know you. I know the Egyptian God. I'm Egyptian. You still don't know who you are. You have not made up your mind who you are. You have not made up your mind what God you want to serve. You have not made up your mind what is your collective. So you go up there and you chisel out these things and you use the magic and the knowledge that you gained throughout all of this, and you be Moses. You do Moses. But when it come down to it, you don't even make it into the paradise, to the promised land that you spoke of. Why can't you get in there, Moses? Because Moses don't believe in who he is. With everything that happened, Moses still did not believe that he was chosen by God, that he was worthy. That he was worthy of being this leader. Leaders lead. This is going to get very personal for me. So it is what it is. And I'm all about transparency and helping others. So if I'm fidgeting, know that parts of me are here, but there are other parts that are checking out now. They're like jumping the ship. They're like, oh shit. So I will be fidgeting and I will be doing things, but my intention is clear and I'm focused and I'm grounded, well grounded in this. So it is what it is. These last 3 years, as I said in that first video, has been about my identity. It's been about me knowing who I am, that I'm a spiritual being, that I can operate from my highest self, that I can manifest my life the way I choose to, and that the things that I see, the things that I hear, are not my imagination. It's like Horton hears a hoot, and only Horton can hear him at first, and he goes around telling everybody, "Oh, there's little people on here. I'm telling you, there's little," and everybody, Horton is crazy as hell, y'all. Oh, we got to get Horton. He lost his mind. He gone. And Horton believed in something. Horton believed the voices that he heard. He believed that there was life on this little wishy thing. And he says, "I can hear you, but nobody else can hear you. Nobody else can see you. And if they don't see you or hear you, they will not believe you. And they are now getting ready to hurt me because I can see you and I can hear you. And I'm telling them that you exist. And they're going to destroy me for this, and they're going to try to destroy you because they don't know. They don't believe. You have to be loud. They have to hear you. They have to know that you're here. They have to see you through their ears. They have to hear you. You can't show them who you are because you're so tiny, but they can hear you because I heard you. Make them hear you." And all the little people in Whoville, "We're here, we're here, we're here, we're here. We're here, we're here, we're here." And the people heard it and they were like, Horton was right. Horton was right. We were going to kill poor Horton. Horton knew it all the time, you know. But Horton had to go through that, and Horton had to know and trust his own identity and trust what he knew, regardless of what someone else said, regardless of how many else said it, regardless of how close they were to him. That's identity. That's knowing yourself. That's being yourself, being true to yourself. Like I said, this has been very one of my things why I became celibate, and I've been celibate for over 20 years, is um, not having the identity to really exist inside of a relationship with a man that could really hear me and see me and know that I was living in Whoville, so to speak. And that's been it's been a very interesting journey. It's been very difficult. It's been difficult for me because I didn't believe it. I heard it. I felt it. I knew it. But as time kept going and kept beating me down and beating me down and beating me down, it was, I didn't hear it. Or I heard it, but I don't know. I don't know. I need somebody else to tell me I heard it. Somebody that I trust. Somebody that I can love unconditionally and that loves me unconditionally. I need to hear it from them. And that was my search. That was my journey. That was part of it anyway. That was the romantic part of it, looking. Okay, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Um, in my recent relationship with a young man, I opened myself in many ways that I have not opened myself in over 20 years. And in that opening, I was able to see and identify parts of myself that I hadn't seen or hadn't experienced vicariously that way in so long, you know? And in realizing that that part of me was really immature and that who I am now is a lot different from her, but she is my foundation and her needs are my needs. And what she lacked, I lacked. Excuse me. What I lacked was self-identity of owning it. Oh, I knew and I believed, but I didn't own it. I could speak it. I could believe it. I could talk about it. I could give it. I could imitate it. I could do all of that. But it wasn't owned by me. It was outside. It wasn't all the way inside. It was a seed that had no roots. It was a seed with potential, but nothing to draw from. And so through manifestation of unfolding, of needing to bloom and to blossom and all of this and all of that, I began to manifest, basically, to draw towards me what I wanted. But in drawing it to me, I was not ready. I received my mirror, my diva self, so to speak. And I'm so thankful to Lavelle. Don't get this wrong or twisted or anything. That is, I feel him as a soulmate. I really do. I really do, because we could not have done this any other way. This was agreed upon way before now. So I can say these things with confidence, that knowing that I'm not hurting him or affecting him by speaking my truth. This has been about identity for me. I had said early on and years ago, oh, you can use my words and I don't care and blah, blah, blah and la, la, la. And go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. You ain't even got to say it was me. Go ahead, go ahead. Use it. These mama words, they came to me free. Go ahead, go ahead. And I gave and I gave and I gave and I gave. And what I have become aware of just this morning is that I've been giving away my identity because I didn't value it, because I didn't see worth in it, because I didn't see the worth in myself. I didn't see it as being me receiving it. Oh, it's just the vessel getting this. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. The vessel ain't important. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. The vessel is chosen. Chosen long, long ago. She knows she is a vessel, but she also knows who she is. And she does not surrender her identity to anyone. And that is TIAMAAT. That is TIAMAAT. And that is what she wants me to know about myself. That you need to own who you are. And stop playing yourself cheap. Stop giving yourself away so freely. It's time to be that goddess. It's time to walk in beauty. That beauty is inside of you. You need to act like it. You need to own that beauty. You need to be that beauty. You need to become that beauty. That is your identity. That is your sacred identity. That has been your sacred name for many centuries. Beauty. The beauty of being authentic. The beauty of being real. The beauty of being a mama with unconditional love. Able to forgive. Able to forget. Able to move on and move forward. Okay, I have done what was asked of me, and I'm good with that, and I'm moving forward. I'm also taking my identity back. No one will be using my words without my permission or without asking or without mentioning my name, Valerie Ames Middlebrook. That's my name. That's my identity. That's the name my parents gave me. And I am more than a vessel. I'm a fucking god. All right. Okay. Here we go. The law of attraction. This is the card that we left off with on the other one, beloved. And um, I don't know where we were, so I'm just going to go straight into the card this time. As you can see, this card was was 53, which is an 8, which is the mama's number. And beloveds, now that I'm looking at this card, wow, I just saw that. Let me see. I'll use my brush. This is the sun. This is the earth. And this is the moon. I'm sorry, my focus is so out of whack. I've tried everything and I don't know what to do with it. But that's the sun. This is the sun. This is the earth. And this is the moon. The law of attraction cannot bring you a well-balanced, happy person if you are not yourself already that. The law of attraction, no matter what you do or say, will bring to you those who predominantly match the person who you predominantly are. So in other words, Lavelle is a male me. He is a male me. And some of the songs and everything that we have done that I've written and he's arranged, produced, and composed to and all that good stuff, it's on point. It's really on point if you listen to it. And like I said, from having this understanding right now and looking back and listening to the things that I wrote, I cannot deny myself, nor will I. I will fight for me. I have always fought for me. And now that this has been brought into my awareness, the world is going to see a new and improved me. Because, like I said, it's no longer about knowing. It's no longer about believing. It's about being, becoming, and owning. I've gotten past the believing. I've gotten past gathering the knowledge. I've gotten past all that. Now it's time to live it. Now it's time to make it do what it do. Okay. If you are not happy with yourself or with your life, the attraction of a partner will exaggerate the discord, because any action taken from a place of lack is always counterproductive. So there was nothing we could do to, at this point, to make a successful relationship, no matter what we tried to do, because everything we did exaggerated the discord. Because on my part, I can say it was from a place of lack. I can admit that. I can say that about me. That's my truth. Lack of my own self-identity and self-worth. And those were the things that my soulmate triggered in me and brought to my attention that I needed to focus on. Just as, Valerie, if your identity means anything to you, step up. Own it. Quit giving it away. You want to be powerful, and not powerful in the way that mankind or the matrix looks at powerful, but powerful in the knowledge of your own self-mastery. Then you got to be about it. And you have to use the law of attraction, the earth, the moon, the sun. You have to align those frequencies and those energies within yourself. You have to be the focal point. You have to be that crystal to draw those energies into yourself and to use them as your tools, because they are part of you as well. That's everything is part of your identity. Okay, moving forward to the next card. I'll not ask others to become different for me. 59, which is a 14, which is a 5, the number for humanity. I want you to see the bigger part being the most authentic self, the many different views of the self, the many different views, okay? And your most authentic selves are saying to your living, viable selves, we have got to match. We have got to be identical. We have got to align ourselves to make things work. If we want to use the law of universal attraction, we have to come together as one, to wield it as one, to have the same identity, to be as one. The God mind and the human mind. You've got to unite them. You've got to align them. Let your vibrational relationship escrow percolate. Keep working on yourself. Keep attracting lessons, soulmates. Be good with that. Don't attach or cling or pronounce judgment upon it. Just let it unfold the way it's supposed to. Just like when you're pregnant and your baby, you don't know if it's a boy or a girl, or how smart it's going to be, or if it's going to be healthy, or what it's going to like, or anything. But you're just so excited that you're carrying life. And this is where we have to be with that I am pregnant, that I am carrying new life, a new way of being is getting ready to be born through me. It's a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. And then when the law of attraction brings all of it together, there are not any bugs to work out. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want. to become what you want so they can have what you want. Instead, use your willpower to focus upon what you want, and then the universe will bring you what you want. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want. That's only in your identity. Only you know what you want. That person's going to tell you what they want or what they want for you. What they want for you may not be what you want, what you need. But if you're going to be in your own identity, then you're going to need to know what you want, why you want it, where you're going to get it from, and how you're going to make it happen, and how you're going to take care of it once it get here. Like I said, it's like being pregnant. I was pregnant at 18. Well, I got pregnant at 17. I had my daughter at 18. But I'm looking at it, and the correlation is blowing my mind, because at that point in my life, I didn't know who I was then either. And here I was pregnant with this baby. And this man was like, "Not my baby, no." And he's panicking and all shook up because in his mind, he ruined my life. And in his opinion of me, I was a good girl, And here he was, this thug person who had just literally ruined my life on purpose. And then he wanted nothing else to do with it. And he felt that if he stayed out and away, that would be the best thing for me. And beloveds, things are what they are. Aretha just passed. And like I said, I learned so much about myself from women like Aretha, from women like Maya Angelou, from women like Alice Walker and Toni Morrison and Zora Neale Hurston, Jane Austen, so many, I read as a child. That was my escape from everything. That was my identity. I was a bookworm. That was my identity. And I'm going to move forward, but this card, beloveds, and I look at it and I see the watermelon colors. I see the watermelon tourmaline again in this card. And that is a crystal gemstone. It has amazing properties within itself. And if it's focusing and coming out here, there's a message in that as far as identity is concerned. These are blended faces. There are many sides to the same face. Use your willpower to focus on what you want, and then the universe will bring you what you want, what you do want. And you have to let it unfold, and you have to see it as what you want. You have to be able to identify what you ask the universe for. I did not know I was asking to claim my identity. This is how it unfolded. And being transparent. This is the lesson for me. This is the lesson of my identity. TIAMAAT has come to me many times in form of grandmother, and she's always brought me lessons. But this lesson is very powerful, and this is one that will never be left behind, so to speak. It will only carry forward. It will only heal the past and regulate the future, this now moment, and it will be a guiding light for the future. So it's a beautiful thing. Okay, that was the cards from the Abraham Hicks deck. Next, I'm going to pull one from Okay, I will. All of these came, but I'll show them all to you, and you can look for them on your own. Past, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. This is identity, straight up. So I will read this one because this one is the was on the top of this pile that jumped out. This one is the Eye of Horus, Awakening Divine Perception. Mama, you gonna make me read these cards. 5 of them. 5? Yes, 5. Proper burial for freedom, sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. That's so powerful. Life restored, priestess of the Phoenix. Key of life. That's so funny. These are a lot of the cards I used in the post. Key of life. We needed 5, beloved. No, we needed what? 6. I was told 6. This was, yeah, and we needed 6. This was the 6th card. This was the 6th. Divine Sisterhood. You have Hathor, and you have Isis, and you have Nephthys. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. And like I said, beloveds, I will begin to read them, and I will try to stay on point as much as I can, so that the time goes by. Some of these cards may not be online, so excuse me. I want to give you the chance to hear what the cards are saying. We're at 33 minutes right now. It was 33:03. Okay. Divine sense of humor. Past and present. Past life, present power. 113, which is a 5. Here we go. Past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. I will not read the rituals because that's just going to make it too long. And I will not read the invocation. I'll just read what she has about the cards themselves. When the soul is growing in service to humanity and service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life's present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. Talents, abilities, and powers wish to be restored to you now from past incarnations. This will help your path. You will often be able to recognize this because you will feel some instant fascination or deep interest for a culture, philosophy, heritage, or even place on earth or beyond, which is deeply compelling. And I'm starting to be compelled like that. Philosophy. This is your intuitive recognition that a part of your soul connected with this passionate interest is being drawn into integration. At such times, at such times, there can, sorry, beloved. At such times, there can be emotions, feelings, and even phobias or fears that temporarily arise. You may even find that your food taste for clothes, for food, you may even find your taste for food and clothing and your sleep or other habits change quickly and noticeably for a time. These can all be signs that a past life energy is being integrated. I can't sleep for nothing right now. Once it is digested into your current incarnation, you will feel more like yourself again, but in an expanded and more whole way. You will just feel like you are more of yourself, more stable, more full, and more at home in your own being. It is a lovely state of being. Enjoy, which makes any ups and downs in the integration process more bearable. I'm sorry, beloveds, I am detached from this for some reason. Let me grounding, 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 grounding. Okay. Once it is digested into your current incarnation, you will feel more like yourself again, but in an expanded and more whole way. You will just feel like you are more of yourself, more stable, more full, and more at home in your own being. It is a lovely state of being to enjoy, which makes any ups and downs in the integration process more bearable. This oracle brings specific guidance that some of these past gifts from other incarnations are associated with ancient Egypt and civilizations connected with ancient Egypt, earthly and beyond, including some star civilizations, such as Sirius and the Pleiades. Look for the symbols, books, crystals, or colors that interest you and pay attention to your dreams. It is helpful to be conscious of any issue around the past life skills returning to you now. You will become aware of them so that you can be acknowledged, accepted, and released. And in order to be acknowledged, accepted, and released, you have to know your own identity. You have to own it. Often, when integration is occurring, people who have been connected to you in such lifetimes become a more prominent part of your life. It's very important for you to understand and not take things so personal. It is possible that they will remain thus, or that the integration happens and you continue to grow. Some of these relationships will fall away as you have contemplated the karmic healing and integration of the energies associated with that past life, distilled the golden gift, and are ready to move on. The golden child. This may take weeks, months, or in some cases, years. The ritual below will, however, facilitate the process with some more efficiency, but you must trust in your timing for such matters as your own soul is guiding the process and knows exactly what it is doing. To enable this soul awakening to occur, purification and time to assimilate the healing is recommended. I am detoxing like crazy right now, and like I said, I know that I'm going to be out in nature. I'm claiming, oh, I want to get out in nature. The river is right there. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. The ritual below will, however, facilitate the process with some more efficiency, but you must trust in your timing for such matters as your own soul is guiding the process and knows exactly what it is doing. To enable this soul awakening to occur, purification and time to assimilate the healing is required. You can accomplish this through rest, time in nature, prayer, that your power be exercised with love and mercy, and a willingness to be guided by the Divine Mother Lady Isis, who loves you unconditionally. Use the prayer of past life present power below and the healing ritual whenever you intuitively feel you need it. Also know that it is wonderful as it sounds to retrieve past life power and ability. Aho, 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 ashe, ashe, ashe. Amen. Also know that as wonderful as it sounds to retrieve past life power and ability, it is not always without challenge. We often need to be willing to be fluid in our understanding and experience of ourselves. We need to be open to reframing our idea of ourselves as more spiritually connected, more powerful, and more responsible for our light on this earth. That can be confronting. That can be confronting at times. We often have to let go of any fear or disappointment we suffered in the relevant past, like life, before the gift can be restored to us in a useful way this lifetime. So, beloveds, many of you are working on letting things go and you're doubting yourself about letting them go. But you need to let them go in order for you to receive the gifts for this lifetime. You're holding on to someone because they were a soulmate to you in another lifetime. That may be true. But this lifetime, they're still a soulmate to you, but doesn't mean you're supposed to be in a dedicated, committed, physical relationship with them. It could only be for a certain time period. And you have to be willing to keep unfolding without stopping yourself and saying, but that was mine. The universe doesn't work that way. So know that about yourself and know that when it's time to let go, let go. When it's time to hold on, hold on. And have confidence in your self-identification that you own the right to be that sovereign ruler, to make those decisions in your life. And it doesn't need to come from anyone else. It comes from you, comes from within you. So learn to listen to those little whovilles that are inside of you. You can rest assured that anything you need to know in order to heal will come to your awareness. You may or may not see the whole picture, and if you do not, then it isn't necessary for healing. We are always given more than enough to be able to heal. It is just a matter of being attentive and aware of what is happening right before us in our lives, realizing that if we follow any pain, we will find what needs healing. Whew! The poet in me just got chills. If you follow the pain, it will lead you to what needs healing inside of you. So don't run away from the pain, beloveds. Run into its arms. Run straight up into its arms because it loves you enough to say, come here, baby. Come here. Let me holler at you. I know you're scared, but come here. Let me show you who you are. And because of who you are, you shouldn't fear nothing. Then the gift hidden within the pain can be released. Hey, Mama, so gonna put our gifts inside our pain. That sounds like one of my grandmama's things. Okay, with the pretty box, the dog shit in the pretty box. Where your gift at? Oh, it's in your pain, baby. You got to go in your pain and dig this gift out. Go get it. How bad you want it? And she know my curious tale. Okay, it's gonna hurt, but I got it. What the hell is it? What is it? And so even the pain holds gifts for you. You just gotta go get them. All right, let's move forward. The Oracle of Past Life Present Power indicates that the gift found in our healing will be past life talents and abilities. As with all spiritual grounding, 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 grounding. As with all spiritual instruction contained in this oracle as a whole, the Lady Isis will watch over you and assist with the process once you ask her to in unconditional love. I'm just going to read the incantation or the prayer. I call back to me through unconditional love and grace the past life energy that fills this situation and place. Let my past and present life ability help me reach my highest destiny. I call for clarity, insight, and peace, a place of empowerment I now reach. And, beloved, I'm sorry, the card fell. I just want to say that when you align yourself with your healing, when you ask the divine for healing, be open to whatever she sends you. Be aware of the signs and the symbols and the seasons and the cycles, because those are the things that are going to give you the greatest insight into her infinite intelligence when you are just at this infant level now. But you're getting back, as this card said, some of your old past life abilities. And I'm going to show you that card again, and it's a beautiful card, that hourglass and the two snakes, the spirit mind and the ego mind, the left and the right, and the time that we have, the lower half and the upper half. There's so much here. This is so balanced. It's balanced by this top here, is balanced as well on the bottom of it. There's much here about balancing things out. The colors themselves are that of a sunset. Very beautiful. Okay. The next card, Eye of Horus, Awakening Divine Perception. Eye of Horus, Awakening Divine Perception. Let's see. I'm going to try not to be boring. This is all just, whoo. Eye of Horus, 58, which is 13, which is 4. 58. Eye of Horus, Awakening Divine Perception. The Eye of Horus brings divine perception, protection, and insight. You are gifted with certain spiritual abilities, including divine sight, that are awakening and growing now. You have much divine support and protection so that you may grow your abilities and serve others with your divine gifts. Trust your perception and know that you are divinely protected. The Oracle of the Eye of Horus is a stamp of divine encouragement, approval, and protection. If you have been wondering about your divine path, about whether you have genuine gifts of healing and insight to share, about whether your inner perception is actually true insight, and whether you will be protected spiritually in certain matters or situations, then this oracle is confirmation for you. You also have guidance here that your inner sight is expanding yet again, taking a turn on a higher twist of the spiral of perception. These are the gifts of higher clairvoyance, pure knowing, divination, and divine communion, and they all flow in truth from the fountain of the heart. You can expect these gifts to grow, and as a result, to see with even more detachment, accuracy, and clear knowing. Whew, the detachment thing is very powerful because it helps you. We sometimes don't know how attached we become to our thoughts, our ideas, our hopes, our dreams. We fixate on them and we do not separate ourselves outside of them. We cannot imagine ourselves without them because we have attached ourselves. And what this is saying is you cannot have your true identity when you're so attached to so many other things or other things or another person. You have got to participate, but you've also got to observe. And the place of observation will give you and teach you the detachment that you need. Okay, felt the need to say that. It is important that you trust the inner sight and come from your heart. This will ensure that your sight is accurate and helpful. Inner sight will never judge or harm another, but it will certainly help you discern the underlying truth of situations and relationships so that you can make wise decisions. This oracle is confirmation that you have spiritual gifts of healing and perception that can serve you, your own life path, and that of others when you use them from love. Trust that Horus will protect you as you move forward on your path and that opportunities will come at the perfect time. The divine sun will shine on you, gifting you with your time in the sun. You have faith, beloved. This oracle is confirmation that the divine is looking out for you and will guide and protect you through your intuition. Your inner voice will tell you everything you need to know in a timely manner. Finally, and beloved, someone just say this, I have a GED. And when it comes times for when Spirit wants to speak of quantum physics and all of this other stuff, Spirit does that talking. Spirit leads me, guides me, speaks to me, all of that because Valerie's little GED self, quantum what? Quantum who? But again, this is Valerie learning her identity. That Valerie is not just educated with a GED. That's not all that I draw from. So I've got to stop saying that because I'm limiting myself. Wow, this is gonna be deep. This is gonna be so dang gone deep. Boy, you gotta ask what you gotta watch what you ask for, I swear. Okay. Finally, this oracle is also an indicator of a triumph over darker energies and emotions. Whether you have been struggling with psychological darkness, unfulfilling habits, patterns of subversive or undermining behavior within yourself, or from toxic relationship patterns with others, or with organizations or groups within society, know that you will triumph, and the sun, the truth, the light will prevail. Pray for protection, clear insight, and trust your inner guidance. You will triumph in life over any darkness. Your success and growth are assured. And I'm not going to read the ritual, but I am going to read the incantation. Um, this incantation can be repeated several times, gaining speed as you get used to the words. Feel the energy in the words as you speak aloud. You can add it to the end of the ritual, or if it is not the right time for you to contemplate the ritual, or you just chose a shorter healing process, you can use it on its own at any time. It is most effective if you take one moment to be in your heart. Perhaps even placing your hand on your heart. That always helps me because I'm so sensual. So to do this really connects me without me having to think about it. It just does it, Kinsey. I forget the word, but it just does it. It immediately establishes the link. Okay. Repeating the incantation as it will help you stay in your true insight, which always comes from the heart. Eye of Horus, eye of the sun, let my divine vision fully come. I call upon your protection divine. May my gifts awaken in service and shine. Help me see through your eyes so bright. Beloved Horus, Lord of light. I see accurately without distortion or fear. I am gifted with vision pure and clear. And that was that card, beloveds. That was the card of Horus and Isis. And let's move forward to the next card, Key of Life. Key of Life, spinning the Ankh, the Key of Life. 84, which is 12, which is 3. Key of Life, spinning the Ankh, the Key of Life. The Key of Life is the mysterious Ankh, the looped cross held in the hand of Isis. This mystery is opening to you now. The Ankh portends new life being born through you now. Here go this child again, this golden child. It could be it could be in a creative sense or in a physical sense, in terms of health, or even a child that wishes to be born, or a new project that needs to be created in service to humanity. This new life being born, in whatever form, will enrich your life, bringing you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Let it happen. The Ankh comes as blessings and confirmation that new life is seeking to express itself through you now, an encouragement that you allow this to occur. Something has started to be born through you at this time. See it through, beloved. Don't let it struggle to survive from lack of attention or care. And I don't know why, but that just caused such ache inside of me. Whew. That caused such ache, and it took me back to a sense of abandonment. Wow. Whoa, that's deep. See it through, and I'm a procrastinator, so this is really knocking me. Psh, psh. Hit me, baby, one more time. See it through, beloved. Don't let it struggle to survive from lack of attention or care, or a belief that it will not be enough in any way, or it will be too hard to handle once it is created. The Ankh says that life will prevail and your creation will come to pass. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction and you have spiritual support from the unseen worlds. If you are unsure of what your creative destiny may be, or unaware of the exact nature of the new life being born through you now, remember that sometimes the creation will be a project or object, a relationship, or a new human life. Sometimes it is even a new way of thinking that is wise and heart-centered and will be available for others to draw nourishment from as an alternative to more destructive and addictive thought patterns which humans can struggle with from time to time. One of the things I've been told to do even before when I first received my identity as Mother with Wisdom was to establish a place of spiritual learning from my womb. I had to give birth to it. It had to be for me. Um, it had to have my touch on it. Um, and it could not be for the purpose of gaining money or getting prospering from it. It had to prosper humanity. It had to help them evolve and teach them the ancient things and the ancient ways um, that I can tap into. And that's what I want to do. And what this is telling me is to not worry about how you're going to get this done, Valerie. You just keep talking about it. You just keep intending it to happen. You just keep moving forward in this liquid essence of thought, and you will attract it. You will have it. This is your destiny. It is your destiny to do this. Okay. There is one creative process common to all humanity, and that is the birthing of the soul light into form. No matter what other forms of life are being created through you now, the mystery of the Ankh reveals that you can now for sure, that you can know for sure that you are growing spiritually at this time to allow more of your soul light into your life. What this means is that no matter what the appearance of circumstance in your life right now, no matter whether you feel alive with creative flow, energized and happy, or whether you are in despair as your old world no longer brings you peace or seems to be falling away, your divine soul is behind it and new life is emerging. It is safe to trust and allow this process to unfold. And beloveds, I was just given the vision of a child past third degree burns, body literally like charcoal, and that child having to be put into a solution and have all of that rough outer layer of skin that no longer serves, has to have it scrubbed off. That is what we're going through right now. We're having that burned layer of epidermis scrubbed, removed from us so that the new skin can grow, can be exposed, and it can grow and be healthy again. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa. And that took me to the nakedness of the Adam and Eve in the paradise and all of that, being ashamed. And what this means is that no matter what the appearance or circumstances in your life right now, no matter whether you feel alive with creative flow, energized and happy, or whether you are in despair as your old world no longer brings you peace or seems to be falling away, your divine soul is behind it and new life is emerging. It is safe to trust and allow this process to unfold. If you have drawn this oracle along with either the knot of Isis or the wings of Isis, then the new life is very deeply spiritual and will be highly transformative from the inside out. And we got those cards the last time. If you have drawn this oracle along with the life restored card, we have, then you will have a very strong physical birth with changes in your health, physical world, or lifestyle that are more pronounced. Either way, it is safe to trust in the changes and that they serve your highest good. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. This message also brings a message to those on the creative path. If you have hit a blank page or a dry well for inspiration, if you are encountering doubt in your ability to create and flow, do not despair. The Ankh promises fresh inspiration will return to you and has receded. Wait. Fresh inspiration, grounding, 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 grounding. I can't get that picture of that baby out of my head. Okay. Grounding, 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 grounding. Your The Ankh promises fresh inspiration will return to you, and you can be assured that just as the Nile floods filled with life after it has receded, so too will your creative flow soon return. Your creative days are not over. Your creative will rise again, and you will feel youthful, energized, full of hope and promise, inspired to create. The ritual below will help you take you there, but you must also be patient and trust in your own creative spiritual rhythms. I've had this card before, and basically the ritual is about drawing this Ankh sign and putting your intentions in the inside, in that womb area there. The empty space within the loop at the top of the Ankh is a psychic container. It becomes the womb of Isis and will co-create with you the unfoldment of your highest destiny. There you go for that. Cross of life, cross of light, protect me through darkest plight. Held within the Isis womb, new melody of my soul tune, safely held in the loop unbroken, till it is time for new life to break open. And me falling at my daughter's house from that stool and being told it was ground zero, I'm being reset to ground zero. All of that just flashed with the key. Key of life. Look at those horns. Look at that attitude. And the Ankh is her key. Okay, the next card is Life Restored, Priestess of the Phoenix. And this card was just mentioned in the other reading. 98, which is 17, which is 8 again. Life Restored, Priestess of the Phoenix. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. That's funny because that was the conversation about my hair this morning with TIAMAAT. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Life Restored brings messages that a trauma, ending, struggle, or apparent defeat is not the end of the story for you now. Grounding, grounding, grounding. What may appear to be an ending can sometimes simply be the forces of ancient feminine power flowing into new pathways, pulling energy away from old forms so that they can transition into new forms. Self-identity, know thyself. This can take short or long periods of time. It could be over days or years, months, weeks, decades. It does not matter how long something appears to have been decaying. It will spring back into life at the right time. Just as the river Nile subtly adjusts its course over time, so too will the river of light that flows through you, filling you with life force and divine energy, move with innate wisdom. You can trust what is happening for you now. Something important to you is coming back to life. It might even feel like you are coming back to life after a period of increasing emotional numbness, physical or psychological struggle, or spiritual disillusionment. It might also be a lifestyle practice, business, or relationship, new or old, that is coming to life now. You are guided by divine priestess of the phoenix, Sister Isis, to turn your face to the sun, just as the sacred scarab beetle follows the movement of the sun. You are encouraged to focus on the light and life that is seeking you now. Do not reassign yourself to the way do not resign yourself to the way things have been. Let go of the past. Be brave and bold, and allow the Phoenix Priestess to inspire you to realize that the return of life and restoration, the resurrection, is upon you now. Have hope and optimism. Just because something has fallen away in the past does not mean it will not have value and be able to grow in the present moment. Take what is going to be offered in your life, the rebirth that is happening, into your wide open arms now, and be assured that you have transitioned through the energies of death. The last martyr died. And into new life now. Peace to you, dear initiate of the light. The past is over. Enjoy your rebirth. And I'm not going to do the ritual, but I will do the incantation. Life flows through me unobscured. From past hurts, I am now cured. I meet my life blossoming anew. My inner light shines bright and true. Isis, Isis, mother of divine perfection. Through your grace, I have resurrection. And that is that card, beloved. And that was the life restored, the scarab, flying scarab beetle. And with this card, I always think of the movie Kubo, Kubo. It's a Japanese story about spirits and so forth. And it has the beetle in it. So it's very powerful story, and has a lot to do with this card. And that's why it's surfacing right now. Proper burial for freedom, sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. This card just does it for me. All that imagery is just so powerful. The water and the sun and the earth and the moon and just all the reflections. Proper burial for freedom. Let's see what it says. $130, which is a 4. Proper burial. Okay. Proper burial for freedom. Sacrifice to Osiris, 113.41. In order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. Wow. Wow. Okay, that just hit me like a battle axe. I'm sorry. But that just hit me dead in my third eye, like, boom! Sorry. In order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. Let the dead bury their dead. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to which no longer serves us, which is better left to die, though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen. Osiris, Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be part of your life, so that you may be free. You need to see something through and let it go, so that you are free from it. You may or may not be fully aware of what this is, but your energy field is somehow haunted by the past or drained by attachments that are no longer necessary for your growth. This could be anything from a past relationship to dreams or visions that may have encouraged you in past times, but are not relevant for where you are going now. It might also be the spirit of a lost child or loved one, someone that has passed on or left your life, or the ghost of expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams. Wow. There is so much beauty and fullness waiting for you right now, beloved initiate. There is no need to further hold on to the past. Do not be scared. Do not be afraid. You are supported so utterly and completely in this deep healing release now, and all involved will benefit from the healing change. It is not abandoning what you have loved to give it full and proper burial. It is, in fact, honoring and allowing what you are releasing to return to the pure light, to the pure love and light of the source. It is spiritual freedom for you and what you have released, which is the destiny to which all of life will eventually return. It takes great trust, but if you allow Osiris to help you, you will realize that in letting go, rebirth and growth is really possible. You may experience grief, anger, fear, freedom, and a sense of relief, or a combination of these feelings as you move to let go and allow proper burial to take place. Do not be afraid of any of these feelings, for they will pass naturally when allowed to just flow. These feelings will actually fertilize new life and allow you to become more of who you are in truth. Trust that Osiris will love and protect that which is released into his care through the world of death. Death, too, becomes new life. There is nothing to fear and everything to gain. Again, I'm not going to read the ritual, but I will read this prayer. This prayer can be said as an incantation at any time you feel you need healing, especially clearing of negative attachments, spirit elements of the past, or just when you feel you need more of your own light in your being. Osiris, master of love and peace, bring my soul the light of release, of relief. Through unconditional love and a heart that is true, I release that which should be returned to you. I surrender all not of unconditional love. I surrender all not of unconditional love. To your peaceful heart, pure as the dove, I am free from that which no longer lives. Now life and healing you now give. To that which is due burial, proper and right. We are all free now to grow with the light. I am free to move on now, thanks to you, with unconditional love and compassion too. This is the cosmic goddess, goddess the, the cosmic divine feminine. This is Osiris as the sacred divine masculine. He is in the underworld. He no longer exists in this realm or the realm of Nephthys and Isis. I don't know if you can see them there alongside of her. There. Okay. So there are actually 3 women at the bottom, and Osiris is over them with arms outstretched. He is mantling them through the moon and the sun, through life and dream time. And he's saying, give of everything that is dead to me. It's much like Oya in the Orishas. Bring me your dead things. Trust me with them, and I will protect you as you serve. And you are not alone. Beautiful card. This is the last one, beloveds. Divine Sisterhood, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. And this mama here is Hathor. And again, we have Isis and what appears to be Nephthys. And I'm looking at the lotus flowers. And all I see is the Great Mother nurturing her daughters, and her daughters being united um, in what they're willing to give and be underneath her. Okay, let's see what it says. Divine Sisterhood, 46, which is a 10, which is that new beginnings. 9 is completion. 10 is new beginnings. Okay. Divine Sisterhood, beloveds. Community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. In community that is based in equality, respect, healthy boundaries, and personal freedom, with a mutual desire for spiritual growth and honoring of innate wisdom, great miracles occur. You are part of this community of light. At one time it existed only in spiritual worlds, yet now it is being born on the earth. It is part of your destiny to help create and nurture a conscious community that empowers all of its members and is based on truth. Letting the divine feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendships is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have spiritual contracts decided upon before you were born who wish to help you, whom you can help too as you grow together in peace and light and wisdom. Your light has value on its own, of course, but it is also of deep service when it is visible to others, lighting the way. You are guided to allow the beloved Isis to help you now through community. There can be strength in numbers. Community can help you gain the added power of group effort to rise above the old patterns. And lift each other into the new patterns that are so much more real and beautiful. In unity with the divine in each other, we grow and we become capable of such wonders. Mother Isis says that there is so much light awakening within our planet, and so much spiritual light gifted to Earth from celestial beings at this time. That is so powerful. That the celestial beings that exist in the galaxy are sending love and light to Earth right now for our healing. And that is why we are receiving these higher callings and this awakening process that we're going through right now. And we're all thinking we're so crazy from trying to deal with all of this all at once, it seems. But it has meaning and it's in divine order. And your feelings are in divine order. And your decisions and choices are what's going to matter. And if you make a choice or a decision and you see that's a misstep or a mistake, or it was wrong for you, or you're no longer in that space or spot, apologize. Be the bigger person and move on and set